So class 10, now let's start with Act 4, Act 3, Scene 4, fine. So the theme of loyalty to friends, disguise and decide from the subject of the scene. From the subject of the scene, Portia conceives of a plan to rescue Antonio from the clutches of Gio. So in this plan, Portia has planned something to save Antonio from Gio. So she handled the responsibility of her household to Jessica and Lorenzo. Fine. Then she sends a message to Dr. Valerio in Padua and seeking from the eminent doctor of law a letter recommending her to the Duke of Venice. She then gets ready to go to Venice, disguised as a lawyer and Nerissa as her clerk, and she doesn't want to tell anyone that she is going to Venice. Fine. So Scene 4 take place in Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Enter Portia, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica and Balthazar. So enter Portia, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica and Balthazar. So Lorenzo, Madam, although I speak it in your presence, you have a noble and true conceit means understanding, of God-like amity. Amity means friendship. Fine. Which appears more strongly in bearing thus the absence of your lot. So Lorenzo, talking to Portia, he addressed Portia and say, Madam, although I speak it in your presence, so ma'am, although I speak these words in your presence, clear, but I cannot help saying that you have a noble and true conceit of God-like amity. I cannot help saying, I cannot resist myself from saying that you have a noble and genuine understanding of the divine quality of friendship, which appears more strongly in bearing thus the absence of your Lord. Clear? The notion shows itself more emphatically in cheerful manner in which you are enduring the absence of your husband. What does it tell? That you are having a true understanding of the divine quality of friendship. The way, how cheerfully you are bearing the absence of your husband. This shows, because you know that your husband is going to save his friend. Clear? And that's why you are bearing his absence cheerfully. So this shows that you are having a true understanding of divine friendship, divine quality of friendship. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief. Clear? But if you know to whom you show this honor, but what he's saying, but if you knew that whom you are showing this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief. If you knew how true is the gentleman to whom you are showing this honor, to whom you have sent relief in the form of money and gold. How dear a lover of my lord, your husband. And once you come to know that how dear a friend of your husband, once you come to know that he's the best friend of your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. Customary bounty means the usual generosity, the usual kindness. Fine. So what he's saying, once you come to know that how true a gentleman is, for whom you send your help, for whom you have sent relief, and once you come to know that he's the best friend of your husband, clear, then you would feel even more proud of the service you have done to him. Then your ordinary generosity might compel you to feel. When you do the ordinary work of generosity, when you do the usual kindness, then definitely you might feel good, you might feel happy. But once you come to know the qualities of Antonio, once you come to know that how true that person is for whom you send help, then you will feel more proud. Clear? Portia, I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now. What Portia replying to Lorenzo's speech, she said, I never did repent doing good. I have never in the past, I never felt sorry over any of my good deed. Whatever good deed I did in the past, I never felt sorry for that, nor shall not now, and I shall not feel sorry now. For in companions that do converse and waste time together, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, there must be need a like proportion of lineament, of manner, and of spirit, which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my friend, must need be my lord. Clear? So what she's saying, for in companion that do converse and waste time together, she said, I shall not feel sorry now for sending help to Bisanyu. Why? Because companion that do converse and waste time together, the friends who hold conversation with each other, who spend most of their time together, clear, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, and whose souls are joined together in the same bond of love as the ox are joined by yoke. Have you seen the ox? Yeah, they have joined by yoke. Similarly, the friends whose soul, whose heart is bound to each other, clear, by the ties of mutual affection, whose souls are joined by the same bond of love, there must be need a like proportion. Need means necessarily a like proportion of lineament, of manner. Lineament here, the clothes, characteristics of manner and of spirit. So these kind of friends, clear, they must necessarily have certain points of resemblance. Needs like they would necessarily have resemblance. Clear? Resemblance in what matter? In regard of their behavior, their manner, and their disposition, their nature. Is it clear? The friends who talk together, who hold conversation with each other, who spend most of their time with each other, clear, and whose souls are joined by the bond of love. So necessarily there must be some similarities between them in their character, in their manner, in their disposition, which make me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my friend, must need be like my Lord. And this makes me think that this Antonio, who's the bosom lover of my Lord, who's the best friend of my husband, who's a very close friend of my husband, must necessarily be, must need be like my Lord, must necessarily be like my husband. Clear? So far as temperament and behavior is are concerned. Clear? If it be so, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul. And if I am right, if it be so, if I am right that Antonio must be like my husband in his behavior, in his temperament, then how little is the cost I have bestowed? Then I do not think. I think that I have spent a very less money, ठीक है ना, to rescue the men. In purchasing the semblance of my soul, I have spent a very little money to rescue the men who resembles my Lord from out of the state of hellish cruelty, from the devilish cruelty of his enemy. Then I think that I spent a very less money in saving that man from the hellish, from the devilish cruelty of his enemy. Clear? I spent a very little amount of money to save the person who resembles my husband. Is it clear? This comes too near the praising of myself, Stiga now, but by talking in this way, it seems that I am praising myself. Therefore, no more of it. Therefore, I must talk no more in this manner. Here are other things, Nika now. There are some other things to discuss. Lorenzo, I commit into your hand the husbandry and manage of my house until my lord's return. Now she addressed Lorenzo and said, Lorenzo, I commit into your hand, I entrust to you the husbandry. Husbandry means control, manage means management. So I'm handing over the care and management of my household to you until my husband return. So she has given the responsibility of her house to Lorenzo till Bassanio return. And what plan she tell them what she'll do? For mine part, I have towards heaven breathed a secret vow to live in a prayer and contemplation only attended by Nerissa here until her husband and my lord return. Now, as far as I am concerned, as for myself, I have towards heaven breathed a sacred vow. I have privately vowed to God to live in prayer and contemplation, that I will live alone, only accompanied by Nerissa. I'll spend my time in prayer and meditation until Nerissa's husband and my husband return back. There is a monastery 2 miles off. This is what Nerissa told what Porsha told them what she will do in the absence of Bassanio. There is a monastery 2 miles off, and there we will abide. So there is a monastery, clear, 2 miles away from our palace. We will stay there. We will abide there. Fine. We will live there. I do desire you not to deny this imposition. I request you, do not refuse this task, do not refuse this responsibility which I am imposing on you, the which my love and some necessity now lay upon you. I am imposing these responsibility upon you because of my affection for you and because I find it necessary to do so in views of my circumstances. Clear? So please don't deny the responsibility which my love and my present necessity make me place upon you. So fine. So children, Porsha told them that she will spend her time like the maids and the widows in a monastery that is 2 miles away from their house. But actually this is not the plan of Porsha. She has made a plan to go to Venice and to save Antonio, but she doesn't want to reveal her plan to everybody. That's why she gave all the responsibility of her house to Lorenzo and Jessica and went to Venice. Right? So what Lorenzo says, Lorenzo, ma'am, with all my heart, I obey you in all fair commands. Lorenzo said, yes, ma'am, with all my heart. So I will undertake this responsibility. I will accept this responsibility wholeheartedly. I shall obey you in all fair commands. I shall carry out all your honorable commands. Porsha, my people do already know my mind. The members of my household, they have already been made aware of my intention. They know about my intention and will acknowledge you and Jessica in place of Lord Bassanio and myself. So they will treat you and Jessica instead. Clear? They shall regard you and Jessica instead of Lord Bassanio and myself as their master and mistress. And so farewell till we shall meet again. So till we meet again, till then, farewell. So children, revise it till here. Rest we will do tomorrow. Thank you.